of it being Valentine's Day, our next guest has all the tips on how to create a spicier and more intimate sex life. Whether you're married, dating, or single, Carson.
Oh, yes. How do I have a spicy sex life by myself? Riddle me that.
And if you are struggling coming up with Valentine's Day plans tonight, don't worry, she's got you covered. Please welcome to the show relationship expert, Dr. Erica.
Yay! Holmes. Hi there.
Good morning.
Good morning. All right, Doc. Since it's Valentine's Day, love to ask you this. How do you suggest you celebrate with your partner, whether you've been married for, like, I've been married almost 10 years, or you're newly dating? Do you have any advice on that? So, like, everybody, kind of.
So, everybody.
Right.
You know, what I say is that your Valentine's plans really should be unique to you as a couple. So what do you enjoy doing? You don't have to go and spend $200, which is the estimate of how much folks will spend on today. What do you like to do? Just like your last guest said, maybe you just want to Netflix and chill.
Yeah.
Maybe you have, a dinner at home in the living room on the floor with candles, or, so whatever you want to do that could bring you two closer, that's what you do, and that's what makes a special Valentine's Day.
I like that.
All right, Dr. Erica, I'm not a huge fan of Hallmark Holidays like Valentine's Day specifically. So I got my wife flowers. I'm going to cook her something nice. Is that enough so people shut up?
How romantic.
What I would say is, what we're not going to do is worry about people. Is that going to make your wife happy? That's all that matters.
Oh, that's a good answer.
Right? And it's something that you can do and that you've decided to do for her if she's a fan of Valentine's Day. So do whatever you two feel is most important to you and that will bring you guys closer and help to foster and cultivate that connection.
Thank you, Doc.
Great answer.
Yes.
Yeah, oh, Jeff is so happy right now.
He's off the hook.
Let's talk about your forthcoming book. It's called Intimacy Does Not Equal Sex. So what is the difference between intimacy and sex?
So intimacy, the word intimacy comes from the Latin word inimus, which means the innermost. So intimacy is about sharing the innermost parts of yourself, where a couple can have true intimacy without having sex. And you can also have sex without having intimacy. So intimacy is really about sharing those innermost parts of yourself, and sex is only one type of intimacy. You can have intellectual intimacy, emotional intimacy, recreational intimacy where you're having fun, spiritual intimacy, and physical intimacy, like touching, holding hands. So there are multiple types of intimacy, and sex is just one.
Recreational intimacy.
Right.
What a good band name.
Problem is, you need to have another person for this. So single people.
It helps.
It helps.
Yeah, it usually does. I'm going to start having sex with other people. But for those of us who are single, how do you create more trust and love in yourself? Because that's so important to, be in a good space yourself before you get into that new relationship.
It sure is. And I think about self-love is really about increasing self-worth. That belief that you deserve good things, right? That you deserve what those good things in the universe, those things that make you feel good, those great things that you deserve it. So fostering self-worth, and one of the greatest ways to foster self-worth is to practice self-compassion. And so what is self-compassion? It is turning compassion inward and giving ourselves the same grace and love and kindness that we often show to others in our lives. That's where you start first. Forgiving yourself for mistakes, seeing mistakes as lessons in the universe, and believing that you're worthy of every good thing out there.
I am so bad at that.
Life lesson.
I'm so bad at that.
I know.
Sorry, I just
I
want
want Dr. Erica to be my alarm when I wake up. I just hear her voice.
I'm buying myself a new watch. That's it. Getting a new watch. Yeah.
Dr. Erica, for people that have been together for a long time, my husband and I have been together, like 17, 18 years. How can you keep the relationship spicy and fresh?
So that's one of the reasons that I wrote my upcoming book, Intimacy Doesn't Equal Sex, because keeping the spark alive is really a daily work, right? With small little things that you can do to foster that intimacy. I think about it in this way. What you want to do is increase connection, foster desire, and ignite that fire. And you can do that in very small ways. Again, physical intimacy, holding hands or touching each other as you're driving, right, in a non-sexual way. But, finding ways to connect on various levels other than sexual, because what I've found is when you increase an emotional connection, it helps to foster desire and it makes sexual intimacy that much more hot and spicy. But it
the
has
buildup.
to be right, exactly.
Yes. Yep. Like when my
Exactly.
husband takes out the trash, I'm like, yes.
Turns you
Yeah,
on.
that's hot.
Dishes next.
Sexiest thing ever. Sexiest thing ever.
She said it. Exactly, Dr. Erica. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us today. DBL Nation, you can learn more about Dr. Erica Holmes at docerica.com. And be sure to grab a copy of her new book, Intimacy Does Not Equal Sex, next month. We'll be right back. Thank you. Happy Valentine's Day.
Thank you.
Very well done. Very
This
well
show's so educational.
done. We're writing notes.
I took notes.